Hello buddy, English Woodsman here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Most of all, thank you very much for clicking on my video. So today I'm out doing a review or a look of the 3F UL Gear Floating Cloud 2 tent. Now I've had this tent for about a good 12 months. I've used it a number of times in all different weather, overnight storms, sunny, dry weather, all the seasons. So I can truly say I have got the information to say this is a review from me to show you it's a good tent. Now a lot of people have asked about this previously, and to be truthful, it's gone over my head and I've totally forgot about it until I was looking back through some reviews last night, and I thought I'm going to get out and do a video what people are interested in. Now the first thing I'm going to show you is the 3F UL Gear tents. Stuff sacks are extremely roomy, so simply have to unclip it here and look at all the room you get for putting your tent away. So the pole to put the tent up is one whole pole, and basically once you get it out you think it's a bit of a tangle, but once you start putting it together you can see how well it goes together. The aluminium aircraft material poles, or pole, because it's one pole, and in the centre you get like this plastic joint here, so you got to work out which way it's gonna go. So you get one like that and one goes through there. So it is, I say this is the most probably trickiest part to put together, because it's just, you just end up thinking it's all getting tangled up. So then it looks like that. I haven't put the footprint down, not just for this sort of review video, because it's not really necessarily needed today. So this part of the top part here, the pole, is what gives the tent a lot of its strength and pulling all the inner mesh out nicer so it's not sagging. Is this crossbar here. Yeah, it gives it a lot of its tension, and that's really good. Now what I need to do is I need to sort of get it pegged out before the wind takes it off of itself. What I like about this tent is it's double doors, so if it's you and your friend or you and your partner going to be camping out together, you both got your ins and outs of the tent. To be truthful, a two-man tent is good enough for me and my equipment. It's very, very rare that I do share a tent with anybody. Right, so I've written down some information here so I can't get it wrong what I do say in the video of all the information about the tent. Now the floor is 6,000 hydrostatic head, including the footprint what you get with it. They don't really say what waterproof level the footprint is, but as the tent by itself without the footprint, like I said, it's 6,000 hydrostatic head, and it's made with 40D nylon, PU coated. So that's and the mesh is 20D nylon mesh, and that's the 3 seasons one. So yeah, I'd say it's more of a 3-season tent. I wouldn't say it's a 4-season tent with the amount of mesh that you do see here. So when you're putting the fly sheet on, see this blue buckle here, you got to go back under the pole and clip it underneath there like that. You just need to pull this here, give it a little bit of a tension so it comes down like so. And you've got to go around all 4 corners and just basically repeat the same, like that. So one side of the door you've got your YKK zips, on one side you've got part of it, the flat part, what covers the zip from any wind or rain getting through. You've got some Velcro, but also one side of it has got like, I'm gonna say a very, very fine piece of plastic covering it there on the inside, just so, I think it's to stop it flapping around maybe. I'll do this part the best I can, hopefully you can see it. So the part that we're on about a moment, the pole what gives the mesh all the strength inside to pull it away from you. Then you've got on the fly sheet another buckle part, what you have to bring it round and clip it in place. Now this is slightly difficult, but when it's in place, this keeps your fly sheet in the right position as well. What I suggest is, what I should have done is really put this on before I attach the fly sheet to the poles. There we go, it's in place now. You can see what I mean, can't you? And you can just zip it back down. What I like about some of the tie-out points is you get this little triangle thingy. I don't know what you call them, it must be like a line lock or something. So what you do, you basically pick where you want to put your peg in the ground, and you just pull it, and as you keep going, it locks it in place like that. So you can tighten it, but then it won't slide down through the night through any wind. So it just keeps it in place really well. At the bottom of the vent, this is a big air vent here, there's one on each side. You can unzip the stiffener bar if you want and close the vent, but I always like to keep them open. They're all done by a bit of Velcro, and you can pin out that as well if you really need to do. Each point where it's got some cord to pin your tent out, it's got like a strengthened patch on it, so it definitely won't rip the material if you pull it a bit too tight. So on the seam where the material is being joined together and stitched, you can see there and there is where the seam seal tape has been put in place, and then over where they've stitched the toggle on, you can see where they put an extra layer over it as well. You can clearly see the circle patch there. So where this is attached to it, it's all been covered there as well, and this patch here for the strength of all that stitching when you're pulling it out, and probably when it's getting a little bit of battering from the wind as well. Like I said earlier, you can get in from either side of the tent, whatever side you choose. You can just roll it up, and you can even roll the other side up if you want a nice view, if it's a nice warm summer night. So your vestibule area, or your door porch, whatever people like to call them, it's a good size to stick your boots, maybe a rucksack, one at each side if there is two people going to be camping in this tent. So I think it would be better with this tent if it had like a little mesh pocket on the inside where you can just roll the door up and place it in place. But you've got to use this toggle just to put it out there like that. It's not too much of a big deal. I've seen some people going on about it doesn't have pockets. One or two people has missed this. It's got two decent sized pockets there and one at the other side. And this here, as you can see there, is the air vent. One here and one at the other side. Now one thing for the FUL gear don't do is let you forget what tent you're sleeping in, because there's one here and there's one right behind you. So let's run through a little bit of measurements of the inside, and then we'll talk about the fly sheet and all that stuff. So the whole tent itself length is 210 centimeters, 83 inches. The width of it across 120 centimeters, 47 inches. I just had to work out, so I didn't write that part down. And the height, load of room to sit up in, 110 centimetres, and that'll be 43 inches. Like I said, all the zippers are the YKK, and all the seams are taped seams of the tent. So the fly sheet is bright greeny, yellowy colour. You can get it in grey and like a reddy browny colour, but the fly sheet is 5000 hydrostatic head. I've got plenty of tents like that and they've never leaked on me. It's made from 15D silicone PU Ripstop Nylon material. That's pretty good. Now, earlier I ran about the inner mesh of the tent. I've just looked back on this and I may have, give a little bit of wrong information, so I'm just going to correct it now. It's 15D nylon for 4 seasons, the inner mesh. For 3 seasons, it's saying it's 20D nylon mesh for 3 seasons. So 4 seasons 15D, 3 seasons 20D. Now what I like about this tent, I know it might be a bit silly, me saying it, but it's something I do like. To see how the ground sheet comes all the way up here, it sort of gives it like the bathtub idea. So where the vent is and you've got a small gap under the tent like that, this goes higher than that. So if there's any driving wind, this is going to stop it from coming into the mesh. It might not stop at all, but it'll stop quite a lot of it. Now, I know someone's going to say to me, would you say it's your go-to tent, something you'd pick quite a lot? It's one of my go-to tents. Now, I think if you subscribe to my channel, you probably know my best tent already. I'm not going to mention it's a completely different brand to this. I've done plenty of videos on it already in the on my YouTube channel. If you want to know which one it is, I will link it in the description below so you can check it out. I don't want to say it on the camera. It's not, not right to the free FUL gear company. I like the double doors. I like this tent completely. I just wish I would have got it in the grey colour. I really do. Now, if you like this video and you want to see more, you can press this here by subscribing to my channel. I'll share a video up here when I was using this tent in the wind and the rain, so you can see it for yourself, how well it copes. And all my information here is done with. I'm done in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you guys next time.